sessions and advice for all walks of life. With JayMariee Blu, we've got topics just for you, bringing it all to light. With vividly vocal. With vividly vocal.
What's up? Oh my God. Hello, y'all. Welcome to the brand new and improved podcast called Vividly Vocal. As y'all can see from the intro, this is your host, JayMariee.
And this is Blue.
And welcome, you guys, for anyone that is new. And to the ones that are old, we have not left. We just improved our podcasting lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For those of you who are new to us, we were previously on a podcast called the Dive Deep Podcast. Mm-hmm. And recently that podcast came to a close and we made Vividly Vocal.
Yes, we did. And y'all been asking for it. Y'all have been asking for me and Blue specifically to make a podcast. So guess what?
We're here.
We're here. Before we get into anything, we did ask you guys on the last episode of the Dive Deep to send us Q&As for this one. This is the first episode. We're going to read all of the Q&As. We're going to answer every question y'all have asked us. We're not going to skip a beat. A lot of y'all asked the same question though. So we're going to get to y'all. Trust me, we are. But before we get to the questions and the answers, Miss Blue does have an announcement for you guys.
Before we begin, I'd just like to take the floor to say that November 8th is the election day for the midterm elections. And I beseech all of y'all to do your part if you are registered to vote. Now, what is the midterm election for those of you who may not know? The midterm decides governors, senators, representatives, sometimes mayors, and other local decisions for where you are. The midterms are important because they determine what party holds power in Congress. A bill only becomes law with the approval from both the House and the Senate, so the political party with the majority in both chambers of Congress is more likely to have their legislation passed. They give us, the people, the opportunity to change the party in power. Now, with this midterm election, there is a lot on the line. I won't get into it, but if you are a woman who cares about their reproductive rights, a person of color, a member of the LGBT community, a disabled person, a veteran, if you have Medicare or Social Security, etc., it will be in your best interest for us all to show out and vote. Fuck, if you smoke weed, you need to vote.
As you should.
As a Texan, personally, after Uvalde, I know who I'm voting for. My baby father, Beto O'Rourke.
Period. Shout out to best friend-in-law.
Right.
We gotta vote for him. Right. I did.
The Dive Deep. No, me and JayMariee met him. But that's another thing. We took pictures of him. But I just want to say, the people who want progress for this country, outnumber them.
Yes.
But we don't vote. Mm-hmm. We sit around and we complain all day long, but we don't take a moment of our day to show up to the polls in overwhelming numbers. It only takes 5 seconds to vote. I voted the first day of early voting, and I was in and out of there less than 5 minutes.
Yep.
If you're not registered to vote, it varies by the state what deadline it is to register before the election day. But some let you register the day of. Take your friends, take your family, etc. It only takes a minute to cast your ballot. And for those of you who might say voting doesn't matter, I will tell you quite the opposite. Voting does matter, but what most people don't understand is that the presidential election is not the only important election. Your local elections matter so much too, but there's barely any turnout to them. It's quite simple. Whoever gets the most votes wins. That's it. They want you, the average person, to remain ignorant, complacent, and cynical about the political process.
Right.
Yes, there's a lot of corruption in special cases. It's also stupid, but it's necessary. Don't get distracted. There's a reason why the current powers that be do everything they can to prevent us, the people, especially black people, from voting. Voter suppression is a huge issue in states like Georgia to prevent black people from turning out and participating. Though there are some crooked practices in place, that does not mean to give up. If you're going to fix a machine, you have to know how it works. We have to play by the rules, and once we win the game, we can change it. And even if we don't win, we still got to fight. In this moment, the average person doesn't realize what's at stake, so I implore you to remain hopeful and fight for democracy by simply casting your ballot at your local polling place. For information about your state's voter registration policy, polling locations, and hours in your area, visit vote.org. And if anybody tries to stop you from voting, call the Election Protection Hotline at 1-866-687-8683. Also, if you're in line on election day and the polling place is supposed to close at a specific time, let's say 7, you have the right to remain in line to vote if you are already in line by 7 o'clock. So, stay your monkey ass in line to get your vote in. I'm done.
All right, you guys. Y'all heard what Miss Blue said. Y'all need to go out and vote. Us, Vividly Vocal, we have voted already. Mm-hmm. So now it is up to y'all. If y'all want to make a difference, go vote. Point blank period. Mm-hmm. So, without further ado, let's get into these questions finally. Y'all, we've been so itching to get here and record so we can answer these questions.
Right.
We're going to answer them honestly and respectively. The first email we got says, "Hi, JayMariee Blu. I just got a notification that this is the new podcast that's being made, and I'm so excited. You two deserve this moment, and I'm glad you two continue doing the podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I heard this a Q&A, so let me ask a couple questions. To Blue, what made you want to start doing a podcast with JayMariee? And also, what is an ideal significant other to you? To JayMariee, now that you're divorced, how was it being married? If that's a story you want to share. And also, how have you been feeling since the death of your stepfather?" Oh, wow. That's a good question. Thank you guys for reading my email. And I hope I'm the first to email.
You sure was the first to email.
You want to go first?
Sure. I'll go first. Okay, she said, "What made me want to start doing the podcast with JayMariee?" Or, I mean, does she mean this podcast or podcasting in general? Well, I'll say in general. Well, I met JayMariee last year, and one day we were talking, and she was like, "I have a podcast." And I was like, "You have a podcast?" She's like, "Yeah, I have a podcast." I was like, "Okay, D. We weren't this close at the time, but I was thinking, like, I be in my head a lot of the times, and I sit by myself a lot, and I'm always thinking and philosophizing and thinking about things, and I was like, damn, I have a lot to say, but I don't have nowhere to say it. But then JayMariee came in my life, and then JayMariee invited me on Battle of the Sexes, the last episode of season 2 of the Dive Deep podcast.
Which one of the guests was horrible? Never been on there.
There was some feedback in the emails telling him to stay the fuck off the podcast.
Yes.
But then they wanted me to become a permanent cast member. And then JayMariee and the other cast members of Dive Deep invited me to come on Dive Deep. And that's when it took off. And then, I guess to answer about this podcast in general, well, I mean, others came and left the Dive Deep podcast, so we were just like, fuck it, let's have a fresh new start and make a new podcast. And here we are on Vividly Vocal today. Yes. And what is an ideal significant other for me? How much time you got, buddy? I made a list. I started making a list. I got to 43, and I was like, you know what, let me stop and narrow it down to a few. Pop your shit, So I'm going to narrow it down to maybe like 10 or 15. Okay, the perfect, ideal, significant other for me. They have to be emotionally available and emotionally intelligent. They have to be financially secure. They have the instinct to protect me. They kiss my ass both figuratively and literally.
Come on.
A provider, and that doesn't mean just money. That means emotionally as well. Sees me as a human being instead of putting me on a pedestal. They know me inside and out. Their words, behaviors, and actions all align. They're able to properly express their thoughts and emotions. They're not homophobic or transphobic. They're able to empathize with others. They know who they are. They're a cookie monster, and they have an ignorantly big dick and balls.
Okay, hold on, wait. Emphasize on cooking. I was waiting for it. They have to eat the cookie?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, ooh, cookie.
What the fuck? Oh my god!
I don't know what I was doing when I was making this list.
Oh my god, that was a good list. I love that. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go. Okay, so you said now that I'm divorced, how is it being married? Currently, I am still married, but separated completely. I'm not divorced. There's been a lot of complications for me to get the divorce, only because, yes, I am ready to finally get my last name back, but it's not only on me, it's on the other person. So it's just a matter of now I have to take matters into my own hand, and I have to get papers served and, actually have him sign instead of doing the random things that were happening before. I was trying to get him to sign, but I've been living my life. That's really what I can say. I've been living my life. Shout out to Blue, because Blue has introduced me to the luxurious lifestyle, and I have not been the same since. Let me tell y'all gotta get y'all a friend, a best friend at that, who's gonna introduce you to the finer things. Because baby, I don't want less. I don't want less, baby. You gotta bring it. If you ain't bringing it, bitch, what are you doing? For the second question, since my stepfather has passed, it has been it's been a journey, because I've been so used to being at my own place, and for me to be now a not a crutch but a support system for the family, it's been kind of, everything does weigh on me, and I'm not used to that, because I did have him to help, but it's like now everything is like, in the words of Tupac, all eyes are on me. So it's like now I have to try to carry a boulder that he was carrying that is too big for me.
Right.
So, I do miss him. I don't miss him as much as I miss my sister, because that will forever be my heart. But of course I'm going to miss my stepfather, because he did play a big aspect in my life. He watched me from a kid really grow up to the woman I am now. So, I miss him. But, I have him in my heart, and I'm just taking it step by day by day, step by step. But that's to answer your question, Miss Ma'am.
I never got to meet Mr. Don, but he was a great man.
Was. So next email, what we looking at, Blue?
Okay, subject. You guys are different now. I was just about to email the old podcast, and I got a notification that it's a new one. Is this the right spot? If it is, I just want to say, as a new listener to the podcast, that this is amazing. I did not like the answer from the previous guy co-host from the previous podcast. As a woman who is pregnant, yes, I do love the Lord, but I'm not giving a situation to him that could kill me and my child. I'm sorry, but whatever God he is serving is not my God. But I do have a question for you guys, since this will be the first episode of the new one. I'll continue my story when I have the time and once this email is read. But how do you guys deal with so many people in your lives? And what made you two want to do a podcast together? And also, I just want to say, again, I'm proud that you two are branching into your own thing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before I get into the answer of both of your questions, I do want to apologize for the answer that you received.
Right.
From that episode.
You heard me. I was mad as hell. Oh, God.
A lot of people have really taken that answer and literally have been irritated with that answer. We're not going to give you something. We're not going to tell you give it to God. A lot of people, when they don't have the answer, they say give it to God, but we're not going to tell you that. I just wish you nothing but the best on your pregnancy, though.
Right.
And
keep us updated.
Yes, keep us updated, and I cannot wait till you email us back to hear the rest of the story. Don't take what the last person on the other podcast don't take that against us. We're new to this new podcast, so just give us a chance. I know you're going to give us a chance, so that's what I have to say on that. But, how do you guys deal with phony people in your lives? Okay, so I can answer that first. I'm nice. I'm kind-hearted. So I don't see phony until you show me phony.
Right.
So once you show me phony, I'm still a firm believer of second chances. Like, well, maybe you can change that. Maybe I'm in your life for a purpose. Maybe it's a reason why I have to continue being your friend despite if you being phony. Maybe it's something you can change. Now, if you continuously do that, it's gonna eventually make me be like, fuck it, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to have no dealings with you at all. Like, fuck you type shit. I just would not want to have anybody phony in my life, point blank, period. If you can't keep it real with yourself, that means you can't keep it real with me, period. And that's just that on that. What?
Okay.
But the next question, sorry y'all, we see, oh okay, I was about to say, we see something. And it says, what made you two do a podcast together? Well, from the last answer, I mean, think about it. We mesh well. Mm-hmm. You can tell from the last podcast we mesh well. Y'all would ask us stuff and y'all would be like, oh my gosh, y'all should do a podcast together. I mean, we mesh well as hell. So it's just like two opinionated people that give good ass advice and good ass opinions. Mm-hmm. And we might not. The thing about a podcast is we're not going to agree on the same thing.
Right.
That's the point of a podcast.
Of a panel.
Of a panel, period.
Right.
Yes. Blue might disagree with something I say, or I might disagree with something with what Blue say, and then vice versa. Like, I mean, that's the point of a podcast. You don't have to agree with every single thing that person says, but then on top of that, we do mesh well. So that's my answer for you. Right. But take it away, Blue.
How do I deal with phony people? Like, I don't know. I just feel like I've had a lot of experience of seeing people who really don't fuck with me. Like people like, you really don't fuck. Like, growing up, I'm not like, you know, a social butterfly or anything like that. So like, I didn't have many friends. So when I got a friend, like, I did not want to let you go, you know. But, you know, growing up, and then you people who just come into your life for like superficial reasons. They'll fuck with you in private but not in public. You know, they'll do these weird ass shady ass things, and like I'll peep it and it'll be like duly noted. Like, you know, now especially like if I peep something like you moving weird, like I'll distance myself away from you. Like that's just how I deal with it. I'll be like, yeah, I'll keep it in the back of my head. Like, this person might come up to me and talk to me or whatever, or speak to me this, but I'll be like, in my head, I'll be like, you fake as hell. Like, you know, you're fake as hell. But, you know, I feel like there's really no other way for me to deal with them rather than distance myself away from them, you know?
Yeah. And what was the second question? You answered the second question?
What made you two want to do a podcast together? But basically, same thing as JayMariee said. Dive Deep came to a close, and y'all were in the emails before even Dive Deep finished, while it was still going, asking me and JayMariee to do a quote-unquote girl talk podcast or something like that, something of that nature, how we should do it together. And then some people left Dive Deep, and we were just like, the show must go on, you know what I'm saying?
One bucket on stars.
No
show. So the next email, it says, I appreciate y'all for reading my email. Hey y'all, I'm happy that y'all decided to move into another podcast, because you two really the truth on my mom. On my mama.
Thank you.
That advice y'all gave me really made me look at the situation different. I don't even know, but you gonna tell us later who you are.
It's the barber.
Oh, you sure fucking right. A lot of niggas really don't fuck with you like that and say they do, man. And I really don't. Oh, I was about to say my bad. And I didn't solve the situation yet. I really had chilled off. What? Oh my god, hold on, I can't read. I really had chilled off them. Okay, just that. Really chilled off of them until I heard from y'all. And I'm glad y'all read my email. I'll give y'all an update once I do. And y'all said to do. And what y'all said to do. But I have a question for the both of y'all. Uh-oh. What happened to the old podcast on some real shit? I could tell that it was some tension on the one episode about the lady and her nigga fucking nigga. It's the way you said it. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I don't like that shit at all. My brother gay, and I'll be on his ass for doing stupid shit. But what really happened to the old podcast? Ooh. Okay. I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. So, to make a long story short, because I'm never gonna get on this platform and bash anybody. I'm gonna say I was the one. Not I ended it, but it was a confrontation. Not even a conversation. Look, confrontation. It was a disagreement between me and the other two about a certain situation that was personal, and I felt some form of way about a lot of things that were happening. And you know, when you keep a lot of things built up and it boils up to where the pot starts overflowing, that's what happened. And I got fed up to the point where I was just like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't. Like, you know, I just want to be done. And that's technically what happened. I just ended the friendship, and I'm just like, okay, we might as well end this podcast too, because I don't feel comfortable sitting in a room with the same people I have fell out with. That's just not in my memo. That's not in my stilo. I just don't want to do it. I mean, I personally didn't fall out with nobody on no bad terms. I just spoke my opinion, and I spoke how I felt, and it just seems as though what I felt still and probably will not ever be valid. But you know, it is what it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. I wish the two nothing but the best. I'm never gonna be a hating ass bitch and hate on nobody, because at the end of the day, I want everybody to shine. But in the words of Blue, you do outgrow people. People outgrow people, right. And that's what it is.
Things change.
People change, and I just wasn't fucking with a lot of things that was happening, and I got fed up. And when I got fed up, it just seemed like everything went down the drain. But shit happens, you know. Right. What Medea said, people in your life for a reason, and people in your life for a season, and people in your life for a lifetime. Right. Maybe it just wasn't their season was over. Right. You know? And it doesn't matter. I always say this too from Blue. Quality over quantity. It does not matter how many friends you got. Don't matter how many years you've been knowing this person. You can know somebody from the streets like the first day, and they could be solid as fuck in your life for eternity. Right. Like, that's just how I've been seeing life now, and yeah. Right. Now, the tension on the podcast. I don't know if that's the question, but I said I seen you say that. If Blue want to take it away, she can take it away.
The tension, for those of y'all that don't know, the new people, we had an episode on the Dive Deep podcast called What is Love? And during the email segment, there was the woman. Well, it was actually the previous woman whose previous email we just read. Mm-hmm. She had a situation where she found out that her husband had been cheating on her for months with other men. While she was asleep upstairs in the house, he would be downstairs getting his business in with men from Grindr. And she didn't know until she woke up and saw it. You know, and there was some tension on that episode, because while our previous male co-host had told her, focus on your pregnancy, you gotta focus on the baby, and he had me in the first half, but then he lost me when he said, give it to God. He told that lady to give it to God and to not punish their marriage and punish their love connection by leaving him. Don't punish him by leaving him. They can work through it. They can get through it together. And that's where he fucking lost me. Well, there was some tension because I just could not. I did not agree with that. I felt it was I couldn't sit there and tell that lady to give it to God when her husband dishonored her by doing all that shit, you know? Yeah. And it don't mean a thing for me to disagree with somebody. It don't, because this is just my perspective, and I feel like I'm right because I'm coming from a place of right and wrong. I just want to tell this lady that, you know, focus on your baby, focus on your pregnancy. It's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of this man who's doing this to you, and you know, and I didn't feel right about sitting here and agreeing with what he was saying. Give it to God. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Don't leave him. Y'all can work through it together. Any married couple get through cheating, but that's not the message I want to encourage. Now, there was some tension. It wasn't, I went about my day. I mean, I guess you could say, I went back and listened to it. I was like, damn, was it really that bad? I don't think it was that bad from my point of view, but it did get a little bit heated because, you know, different perspectives coming in. But I just couldn't sit there and say, yeah, give it to God. Yeah, give it to God. I couldn't sit there and be a yes man on that one. But
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't know what else.
I was about to say, a lot of people felt tension on that.
Right.
And y'all gonna hear the same email. Y'all gonna hear us ask the same question again because a lot of y'all had a lot of concerns on what happened. So if we read the question again, y'all, that's coming from y'all.
Right.
So, don't be like, I just read that question. No. Not at all.
But I don't have any involvement in the old podcast ending. Well, I mean, I just peeped there was a lot of disrespect from the two people who left the previous podcast, and I just didn't feel right about it because this is JayMarie's the creator of this podcast. Well, like the Dive Deep podcast. She made this. Without JayMaree, there would be no Snack, there would be no K Baby, there wouldn't be no Tea with Key. There wouldn't most definitely not be no Blue without JayMaree. So it was just a lot of disrespect, and they were not giving JayMaree her flowers, and it was just some weird behavior that I peeped on, but I didn't have any involvement in, the podcast ending, but I could see it going that way. I'm like, well, if they falling out, there's no way we're going to be able to sit in the room and, do this because, we're all friends in real life.
Yeah.
So if this don't play out, we were all friends before this podcast. So, if you're not friends in real life, this podcast not going to work. Right. We can't sit in the room and kiki and have the good vibes and good energy that we usually do, And yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumble,
That's just the way the cookie crumbles. But I appreciate y'all for asking. It wasn't nothing bad, no intentions. Again, I'm going to say, I'm not going to bash nobody on here because this is not, this platform we're about to give y'all, this is not the platform for us to bash anybody.
Right.
We say nothing but positivity to everybody, and whatever they have going on, I wish y'all nothing but the best. Blessings and blessings to y'all. I mean, shit is just, it is what it is,
right?
All right, next email we have.
Okay, so I've been missing a lot. Yeah, you have. Have I missed something? LOL. No, seriously. I think I did miss something because it's just you guys now. I'm honestly here for that. I really didn't care for the Snack because he sounded like a hater, and I don't care who can tell me otherwise. I tolerated him because he was a part of the podcast, but he was not my favorite at all. The tea segment was a good one. Very sad that you guys don't have her, but she was talking about some very irrelevant things. I did skip her part sometimes because I didn't want to hear some of those things, but I'm glad to hear you guys' voice. I do have just two questions. What was it like working with both of them on the podcast? Also, what do you expect from this podcast? Meaning, what expectations do you have to this podcast in order for it to expand to newer people? Love you guys so much. Can't wait for this podcast to be great.
Damn, y'all asking some good questions. Okay, so I can answer that, the first one. Working with them, it wasn't no different from working with anybody. You're going to have your flaws on the podcast. No podcast is perfect. You feel me? It was a lot of times we did have to work with different work schedules to kind of put stuff out. Or as you can see, it was like one episode where you had one person or two people. The other episode you had all three of us. Then another episode you didn't have all three of us. So it was a lot of schedule working. We had to, work around. I'm currently self-employed right now, so that's that. Blue does work Monday through Friday, and at the time, the Snack he was working almost every day, so it was kind of it was the work schedules and the podcasting scheduling. It was kind of wonky at one point,
right.
But the Tea with Key segment, she was sending me her segment, so we never seen her in person. Well. Again, that's our friend at the time, so it's just like, oh, it's okay, boo. She didn't record in person. She would record from her home and she would send it to me. So, she was never in the studio with us, the studio, but she would send what she had from home and I would put it in the podcast. And it wasn't it was all right. I don't know how to answer that question from my personal experience, but from working from season 1 to the last season, it was pretty cool. A lot of things shift between season 1 to season 3, but
right.
Working with them was pretty all right. I can't say much because it was a work relationship. She was sending her part, she was sending her segment. That was it. It was nothing. That's what I got from that. But you said, what do you expect from this podcast? I expect a lot of y'all to get not only a positive aspect from us, but hopefully the things we tell y'all learn and grow from. That's the goal. I want y'all to, like, if y'all working out or in a car, like, turn us up. Like, the stuff that we're gonna say, the guests we're gonna have, like, I want us to encourage y'all to, you know, at least go through y'all day in a positive note, because a lot of people be having bad days and they do need something to listen to, and I want us to be the first person or a thought to listen to, you know?
Right.
So yeah.
What was it like working for me? What was it like working with this two of them? I mean, you know, like JayMariee said, fine. No. Tea with Key segment, yeah, she just sent her segment in, and you know, you said she was talking about some very irrelevant things. Most people don't watch Bad Boys, and that's what she talked about a lot of the time. And I mean, if that's the tea, if that's what's hot right now, then that's the tea, I guess. Yeah. What expectations do we have from this podcast? Yeah, helping y'all, you know, continuing to help people with their problems, hopefully provide new perspectives on situations and things, probably help, you know, advance the culture, you know. What expectations do we have in order for it to expand to newer people? Well,
she put that. Oh shit, I didn't read that part.
Hopefully we can have like a bigger emphasis on like community, because that's what most people want, is a community. And like, without y'all, we wouldn't be sitting here right now, you know. We'd probably be talking to ourselves, but I mean, that's fine. But what expectations do we have? We don't know if you guys know, but we're planning on doing weekly episodes instead of bi-weekly episodes. And that really helps our algorithm in expanding to newer people, because a weekly podcast tends to do better according to the numbers. And also, for it to expand to newer people, we need y'all, all about 20 of y'all who emailed us. We need y'all to go on your podcast platform and give us 5 stars and tell us why you love us so much. And that helps boost our numbers and introduces us to newer people.
Yes, that does. Give us a 5-star, because we some 5-star bitches. Period. And
I'm not I think that's, you know, the main things on expanding it to newer people. We're getting our social medias up. Our Instagram is VividlyVocal Pod. Our Facebook is VividlyVocal Podcast, I think. And our Twitter is just at VividlyVocal.
Yes.
So those are our socials.
Yes. I need to go ahead and follow that, and I will put that in the description so you guys can just tap and go. Or copy and paste, however y'all want to feel. And
we need to make our TikTok. I haven't updated the TikTok.
Yes, we're going to make a TikTok, y'all. We're definitely going to go into TikTok. We're going to be doing challenges and stuff. And also, you guys, if y'all don't know, we are on YouTube. I still have to upload the rest of season 3, which is going to take me a minute, y'all. So don't holler at me. But it's going to take a minute. I'm going to take my time and put it on there. But y'all are going to actually be seeing our faces. Not only seeing our faces, but also y'all will probably go do like, if y'all never seen it, like people go on the mall and ask people random questions, y'all probably gonna see something like that, or a vlog of what we do every day, like something behind the scenes. And y'all never know, like we'll definitely, we're gonna get so big to the point where we'll do like behind the scenes where y'all can see like us interview with different people or something like that. Like, we go, just stay tuned.
Also, you know, we're still working on getting visual podcasting down.
Yes.
Like, you know, we still got to get, you know, things together for that. And I was thinking maybe we could like eventually do like streams, like maybe like Twitch or like a YouTube stream or like a station head stream, so y'all can listen live and then the episode is going to be up later.
Yes, definitely. I like that. I love that. We're definitely going to be on Twitch. What's that? I'm sorry, y'all. The next question is, what is the next email? It says, well, hello, ladies.
Hi.
I don't know what to really say because you guys moved. I'm not sad about it. I'm more curious. So I'm glad you guys opened up the emails so we can ask a couple questions. I know you guys will help me more on my journey, because from the last episode, you two were the main ones helping me. So I'm glad you two have this podcast and continuing to do podcasting, because you guys really help a lot of people. This is a question. So my only question is, what happened to the Dive Deep podcast? You might get this question a lot, but please answer this. I need answers.
They want to know, JayMariee.
I already told y'all. I gave y'all the splits. I gave y'all the deal. I mean, a lot of shit. Goddamn.
They gonna want to know real spill. Like
y'all want to know real spill. Damn. I mean, I don't mind going into detail about it, but I mean, shit, it is what it is. This is what happened, y'all. So my birthday comes around, and
we get into it for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna my birthday comes around, and I'm happy about it. Y'all, this is a personal reason why the Dive Deep ended. This is a personal reason, and this is my personal reason why it ended. So I don't want nobody getting offended of what I'm about to say. It was my birthday, and I was just really happy that everybody was trying to make plans. Mind you, I was making plans from, I want to say last year.
It was like 9 months in advance.
Yeah, I was making plans. We were supposed to go to Cali, and I had to make accommodations because, you know, 2 of us do have kids, and again, I love the fuck out of them kids, and I love them, the parents, period. So again, if they couldn't make it, they couldn't make it. I wasn't tripping about it, but things happened, and it just, the main ones that I thought were going to be hyped about it were not hype about it. But when it came to a specific one, when it came to her birthday, it just seemed like mine's just kind of, it passed, all right, let's brush it off.
Right, there was an energy shift. Like,
yeah, and I wasn't for it. I'm sorry. I mean, I wasn't for it. It wasn't a jealousy thing, so I don't want y'all to say, oh, were you jealous? No, it wasn't a jealousy thing. I want y'all to hear me out. It was not a jealousy thing. It was just why we cannot keep the same energy when it came to me. Because when everybody else's birthday came, I'm always hype. Yeah, let's do this. Like, let's turn up. Like, it's a bitch birthday. Woo, woo, woo. Like, yeah, I'm planning my shit in the back of my head, but let's go ahead and celebrate blah, blah, blah for the time being. And let's beat up for blah, blah, blah. I didn't get that energy. I just got, it's her birthday. Y'all wish me happy birthday. Da, 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 da. Okay, boosh. We push it to the side. Her birthday comes, and it's just like, everybody turned up.
Yeah, they ready to turn the fuck up,
We doing this, we doing that. I'm like, damn. What about me? Yeah, my birthday passed, but goddamn. Like, what's the real issue? So, if I ain't never been honest, I'm being honest today.
And it wasn't just a birthday thing. It was just a bunch of things happening at once. And I just noticed it was just some really weird behavior towards JayMariee and the way they would speak to her and the way they would treat her. And that made me just feel really uncomfortable in the way that, they just, were just so like, like unashamedly just treating her like a certain type of way, And it's not just, when you can just peep something, like you can feel when somebody is being weird to you and they're like treating you different from someone else because of some other reason, this, that, and the third, and yeah, it's just, it's more than just, you didn't come to my birthday. It's not as petty as that. You can feel when somebody's getting celebrated more than you.
Yeah.
And somebody's claiming to be your friend or like your blood or whatever, and like they can't live without you and shit like that. But me and JayMariee had a good old time for her birthday.
We did. We had an amazing time. Like I said, I'm not on here to bash nobody, but y'all wanted to know. And I'd rather be honest on this podcast. And like I said, I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. But I just want to be honest. And that's honesty. That's me coming out and telling y'all what really happened. So if the email asks me again, goddamn it, that's the goddamn answer. Next email we got.
Subject: what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Bruh, I was just saying that I forgot to send my email to you guys to update you guys on what's been going on. And you mean to tell me that you hoes moved? Haha, I'm cool on it anyways. I didn't like that T segment shit anyway. My little sister would be in here laughing because old girl was not saying shit to excite me. I was waiting on you guys to kick her off. But the only question I have is, what made you guys put her in the podcast? Who do I refer this question to? LOL. I'll put my screenshots of my drafts in the email so you guys can see I was serious about emailing you guys back. But congrats on the new podcast. I can't wait to talk to you more.
So if y'all don't know who this is the girl that got into it with her girlfriend's sister. This is the girl that got into it with her sister's girlfriend, and she had went to jail.
Right.
So I don't know if the way she talked ring a bell to y'all, but that's who it is. She finally out of jail, y'all.
I'm going to refer your question to one of the supervisors on duty, who put Tea with Key on. Let's refer her to JayMariee. You know?
Okay, so the reason why we put Tea with Key on is because a lot of people got fed up with my social spotlight. And then on top of that, it was hard to get the topic. I didn't mind the topic was anything, but I had to get the questions.
By people, do you mean listeners or co-hosts?
Both.
Really?
Actually, the co-hosts. Well, I mean, a couple of the emails didn't like it. Like, second season, they didn't really tolerate it. They was like, okay, like, because I couldn't find nothing. And it was hard to find something. I mean, yeah, one of the co-hosts was just tired of me doing it. And y'all can hear in the in the previous episodes, he got tired of me doing it. So I was just like, well, fuck. I mean, it'd be hard finding, because I got to find the topic, then I got to find the questions, and then I got to present it to y'all. Then I got to go back and find the fucking find something in the media to talk about. That shit was hard. So I'm like, I ain't gonna worry about it no more. So she always on social media. She always looking for something in the limelight. So I said, you do it. She wanted to be on the podcast, and I'm just like, it was we already had lost a member at the time, and I mean, I wasn't looking to put nobody on there right now because I'm like, no. But I was like, we'll give you a segment then. It was a disagreement at first because one of us didn't want to do her on it, another one was okay with it. So I'm like, I'm still gonna put her on. I mean, I'm not talking about shit, so might as well put her on. And I mean, that's how she got put on. Literally, that's how she got put on. Because she was originally wanting to be on the podcast, but I mean, we didn't know how to necessarily do that because she was in a different city, and it would sound a little raunchy for us to put the phone to the goddamn thing, and she'd be talking and like, you know, it would sound weird. So I was like, sorry y'all, I got a bad cough, but it was just like, just send the segment. You could be the T, or you could do the social spotlight, and I mean, boom, that's it. And that's how she got on. Now, how long she did it, that was on her.
We said 10, what we say, like 5-10 minutes max.
Yep.
Imagine our surprise when we got a 22-minute voicemail. Half of it was talking about Beyonce.
Oh, man.
But you know what? That's not my business.
Goddamn Beehive. Goddamn. Don't kill me, but Beehive, but goddamn. I'll be tired of hearing about Beyonce. Fuck. But yeah. That's what happened. And I see from your email that you was in the process of emailing
She said, man, I was listening and waiting for y'all to read my email. Because, man, let me tell y'all this shit, man. Not y'all having to read what I said again in the last email. LOL. You guys had me rolling on the fucking floor. I never met a set of people who is just as funny as y'all, man. My sister had listened to the episode and she couldn't believe I told y'all that, but she said she was dying. So when I get home and my sister is there, the minute she saw me, that girl went into tears, y'all. She was crying and thought I was going to be in there forever, saying that the police never told her when I was getting out, and I believe her because the cops out here is really horrible with black people. Yeah, right. So we just talking, and I told her to light up a blunt because I mean, I'm trying to smoke a little something, and that's what the email is.
That's what
she was
typing. Damn, she must have been high typing that. Like, she must have thought she completed it and went on. But yeah, that's what happened, y'all. I mean, you refer that question to me. I'm sorry. Goddamn, I don't know what else to say with that. But the next email, who read you?
I did.
Okay. So next email say, what the fuck? And this one is in all caps.
And we got 2 emails. Imagine how funny it was when we saw we got 2 emails back to back that said, what the fuck within 5 minutes of each other.
It was funny. It says, feels like I just sent you guys a fucking email and you guys ended the podcast. God damn it. What happened? What was the reason? Who did it? I'm glad you two are taking over into a new one, but I gotta know what happened. Look, please play this back because I ain't repeating it again. But I was the one who ended it, and I was the one who said, well, I was gonna continue it. not continue it, but I wanted to change it, and that's when me and Blue got together, and Blue was like, let's just start out fresh,
right?
And I said, I like that idea.
Because before we all disbanded, I was making a list of things to improve the podcast. And one of them was maybe having a name change. Because when you search Dive Deep Podcast, there are so many podcasts with the name Dive Deep, Deep Dive, Diving Deep with such and such, Deep Diving into such and such. We get mixed up with so many people. Yeah. So I was like, well, maybe we need to change our name. And JayMariee was like, fuck it, let's just start a whole new one. And that's how it happened.
That's how it happened. So next email we have
no subject. Hello, OMG. I'm glad to hear y'all are back doing a podcast. Can't wait to see what this podcast gives and bring. I do have a question. 1, why can't you all do both podcasts? 2, will the snack be a guest on here? 3, is K Baby going to bless our ears this podcast? I've never seen this email before. Must be a new listener or something.
I've never seen that email a day in my life.
I've
never seen that.
Maybe he's one of the people who silently listens. Maybe.
Okay, yeah. True.
But why can't we all do both podcasts? I mean, well, it's just going to be...
Sorry.
Well, it's just going to be me and JayMariee talking anyway. So why would we have 2 podcasts to talk about basically, somewhat the same subject matter? So that really, that wouldn't work out in reality. 2, will the snack be a guest on here?
No.
3, is K Baby going to bless our ears?
Look, don't shoot the messenger. I mean, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I'm not on bad terms with nobody. Don't get it twisted, but just stay tuned. Y'all never know who the fuck pop up. Yeah. But the second answer, no. Second question, no. I'm sorry. It ain't no why. It's just a no.
No.
I mean, I wish you the best, but you can't come on VividlyVocal. I'm sorry.
I mean, if they have other platforms to appear on, then just fine. Good for y'all. Good for you, Snack and K Baby. If you guys have other platforms to appear on, good for y'all. Clap, clap, clap. But this is like me. This is me. Like me and JayMariee were talking about. This is our baby. We made this, and we're just not gonna let anybody come between that,
Yep.
And for now, I think it's just gonna be just us, being permanent hosts and stuff,
Oh yeah, we're not getting nobody else.
Right.
As far as the host,
right. And we really don't have any plans of having anybody guest star right now.
Yeah, not right now. Not right now. Maybe in the future, yeah, but sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the 2 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Next email. It says, "Hey guys, it's been a minute since we keyword, not me, but we emails the podcast. But we heard, Mike, well, damn.
Maniac Mike.
Tell her the tune. Mike told us he heard that y'all have a new podcast. Mike has been listening, and he is the one who told us. I want to ask a question. I won't state my name, but my name starts with an M. Ooh, okay, well, mysteriously M. I wanted to know from both of you ladies how to deal with a crazy and delusional friend.
How did we deal with the crazy? God damn. Or maybe something like that.
What was it like being friends with them, and how bad did the friendship end? I won't go into detail because you guys said this is a Q&A episode. So that's all the questions I have until next time. Girl, you leaving us in suspense.
Number 1, shout out to Maniac Mike, one of our faithful listeners.
What's up, Maniac Mike?
For those of y'all that don't know Maniac Mike, he listens to the podcast, but he fucking hates our guts.
He hates us.
But he's helping us by boosting our numbers and our listeners by engaging with us. So if you hate us, why don't you just leave us to die? But you're boosting our numbers by listening to us, and and you spreading word about the podcast, baby, big baby.
What's up, Maniac Mike?
You doing free promo for us. And guys, they say we because this is a group of friends, and they have a friend named Mike. They think Mike's mentally ill. He's delusional.
Psychopath.
And they were trying to get some advice on how to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna probably have to listen to the previous episodes about Mike because Mike, baby. But how do we deal with a crazy and delusional friend, JayMariee?
I have my own delusions, and they support it. They support my delusions to the fullest, but your
delusions don't hurt nobody.
I was just about to say that. It depends on the fucking delusion, on the cool. If their delusions is like not only fucking with, like, all right, so Blue used to always say something about bleeding, and you're bleeding on other people.
He has an open wound, and you're bleeding on people who didn't cut you. You're not putting a Band-Aid on that motherfucker. You're not trying to heal it.
Yes.
But you going around throwing blood on everybody else.
That, I can't deal with somebody like that. Like, I tried to deal with a friend like that. That motherfucker was just psychotic. Right. That motherfucker needs to sit in a straitjacket in a fucking padded walls somewhere and just really think about his motherfucking life. Like, that motherfucker needs to be escorted to the mental asylum with handcuffs, a fucking muffle, and all that. Like, bitch, you shit, they didn't shave his head off too. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't take like mental awareness lightly, like, because everybody has a mental breakdown and stuff like that. But this motherfucker plays mental. Right. This motherfucker plays it. And it's just like, the motherfucker, if you gonna play the role, they need to really put your ass up, because you play that motherfucker too well. I can't get into it with that, because that motherfucker by himself is a loony. But what was it like being friends with them, and how bad did the friendship end? Okay, so being friends with... Alright, so we gonna call this nigga Tune. Tune was... and when I met Tune... Now, I met Tune at a different time than Blue met Tune. So, from my personal experience, Tune was pretty cool. I liked the Tune. Tune was cool. But Tune had a lot of cartoons in his fucking head. Man, Tune had a whole bunch of animated characters in his head, and it was just like, and I thought I was crazy. I walk around talking to myself, like, not crazy, but like how you ask yourself a question and you doing something and you answer it. Like, I talk to myself a little bit, but bitch, I don't have villages, congregations,
universities, movie theaters, fucking malls,
fucking colleges in my shit. Like, no, planets and shit. No, we don't have that. And how the friendship ended, y'all wouldn't. When I say delusional at its finest, y'all, the way the friendship ended is because people are just most delusional. People are so fucking delusional to the point where they don't think they delusional. Like, that's how it fucking ended. Like, at the end of the day, if everybody is telling you the same thing, or everybody is at you, don't try to flip the switch and blame the other person. Like, right. I got blamed for something that I brought to the light that he was doing, and I had valid proof, and he was showing that he was doing it. Right. But motherfucker want to be fucking Tasmanian devil of the Looney Tune, so he just felt like what I said was non-involved, it was invalid, and that I was crazy, and that I wanted his flesh. Sir, I didn't.
When it was quite the opposite.
It was very quite the opposite. So that's how I dealt with that toony ass motherfucker.
So, I assume from the questions you're asking that you're contemplating ending the friendship with Maniac Mike, and I hope you are, because we've been told you to get rid of that motherfucker, because he is not gonna get better, babe. Unless y'all put him on meds. Hospital time. Unless y'all get him on meds. But like, how did I deal with a crazy and delusional friend? Well, when I met Tune, he had his quirks about him, but he was a well-meaning, little kid who just he's a little kid who just needed a friend.
Fisher Price.
Who just needed a friend and somebody to believe in him. And that's when I came into his life, and we had at that time we had a great friendship. Good friend. He never did me wrong at the time. And then Tone introduced me to JayMariee. And once JayMariee came into the picture, it was like everything was revealed. It was like a big ass curtain pulled back, and you see what's really behind the production and shit. But I don't know what JayMariee, it just exposed everything. Like, something about JayMariee just brought the worst in him to the forefront for everybody to fucking see it.
I didn't do nothing.
And she didn't do it, but something about her just made him just like tripped the fuck out. Like, that's when the mask fell off and just broke into a million pieces.
That motherfucker was.
And like, me and JayMariee were first getting to know each other. We were having a conversation, and she said something, and I was like, "What?" And she's like, "What? Yeah, because you and Tune used to da 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 da." And I was like, "No, I've never done that." And she was like, "That's what he told me. He said y'all met this way and that way, and y'all used to do this and this and that, and then do this and that." And I'm like, "No, And that's when she started telling me everything, and like, there were receipts of voice messages and fucking screenshots and shit. And I knew she wasn't lying because they were like half truths, not even half truths, like quarter truths. Like, there's a bit of the truth sprinkled in with a bunch of bullshit, only shit that Tune would know. And it got to the point where Tune got his heart broken by somebody who never even looked at him in a romantic manner.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but he got his heart broken by an imaginary man and a man that didn't even know he existed.
Right.
That's what happened.
And like, Tune, just as soon as that happened, like, it was a boy who used to hang out with his previous friend group, and he stopped talking to him and just went ghost. And Tune, I don't know why we were supposed to be together. And that's when he started fucking spiraling out of control. And it was just like, in my head, and when I'm trying to soothe him through all the and as a result of him getting his heart broken, he started wilding the fuck out, especially on JayMariee. He would start flipping the fuck out on her. And like, but once I would be in the room, completely different person, complete angel. But once I get out the car, I leave the room, it's completely different. And he didn't waste no fucking time changing, flipping the switch. But as a result of that, he's bleeding all over other people because he didn't want to look at himself in the mirror and be like, what's wrong with me? What am I doing? Am I treating people with the respect they deserve? Why is my life so fucked up? Am I putting out the same energy that I want to receive from other people? Ooh.
That's a tradition. It just seems like every time we start recording, that's a tradition.
What is that called? Like when they say on TikTok when they have a random sound? Affirmation.
That confirms
but
it.
Are you living the life that you...
Goddamn! Why y'all down the street? Okay. Damn, that's really goddamn
affirmation.
That's affirmation. What the fuck we saying and doing?
What are you doing in your life? Are you just staying in your head? Are you giving to yourself? Are you treating people with the same respect that you want to be given? The answer was no. And it felt like after so many of these talks, sitting down and trying to talk to him, trying to reason with him, like, the next day it would just be like it never happened. He'd take a piece of the conversation, twist it up, distort it for his own fucked up meaning, and keep going about his life and keep doing the fucked up shit that he's doing. And it was just like, I can't talk to you no more. Like, I'm not gonna sit here. I remember we sat down and one of our friends was like, this is the last fucking time I'm talking to your grown ass. You're a grown ass man and you need to act like it. And what happened after that? Nothing changed. And it was just like, I'm not fucking with you no more. And I remember saying, JayMariee, I'm done with it. I'm not wasting my breath on somebody who don't want to listen no more. Mm-hmm. I'm not wasting my breath on somebody who just don't want to hear it. Like, one of the people who were like, can't nobody tell me nothing, he was one of them people. When people around you who are taking the time out of their day to tell you that they love you and they just want you to see you do better, and you be like, oh, everybody's wrong, I'm gonna just do me, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Okay, bitch, you're gonna unbother yourself out of a friendship, out of many friendships, and you're gonna be, where are you gonna be at? Alone, miserable.
Facts.
Nobody tell you what you doing for real. Nobody will look out for you for real. And that's exactly what happened.
Exactly. What the fuck happened?
How bad did it end? I mean, for me, it wasn't no thing because he a Fisher Price ass nigga.
Come on, Fisher Price.
I mean,
child's play.
I would just say my life is more peaceful without his bullshit, without him constantly starting shit. And I mean, I miss him. I love him to death. I used to love him to death, but it's like that person that he presented to me probably wasn't even real. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, your duty is to email us back and keep us updated on what's going on with Maniac Mike.
Right.
And we thought he turned y'all into frogs and such shit because the last email from a few months ago saying he threatening y'all with magic and all this bullshit. But let us know what's up, M.
Period. All right, y'all. We'll be right freaking back because the time is running out for this first part. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, we back.
Okay, next email. You guys moving on up to the east side. First off, I want to say, JayMariee, you are doing amazing on YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
I have been following your channel and just to watch it grow. You are doing amazing. Also, Blue, I follow you on TikTok, and girl, you are very intelligent. I just want to ask 2 questions. How old are you guys? And also, do you both see yourselves as a social media or radio influencer? I'm glad you guys got a new podcast. We needed something fresh because that snack dude needed to go. But can't wait for the new content on here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To answer your first question, I am 28. I'm not, it's the group of friends we are in. I'm actually the second oldest. That's crazy to say that. No, I'm the third oldest. So I'm like damn near like I'm the middle child. So I'm going to cause havoc one way or another. But I'm 28. And you said, do I see myself as a social media or radio influencer? I could see myself, well, I mean, I include myself because I always got to put my best friend in. I can see me and Blue definitely being somewhere in as far as radio. I could see us having our own radio show. I can see it. I can see it in the future. Yeah, I can see it. Social media, I don't post enough.
Right, same.
I don't post enough, so nah. But radio, I'll get on there and talk my shit. So yeah, I can see it.
Thank you. He said I'm very intelligent. I don't post my TikTok anywhere. So how the hell you find my TikTok? Well, you probably find it somewhere. But like my TikTok, I mean, I've every day in like August, I think I posted, and I was, talking my shit or whatever. But I really need to get back on it. I have a few scripts written down, but it's hard to, once I got on the podcast, I was like, damn, how am I going to speak long enough to have a conversation for a podcast topic? But so I got acclimated to a podcast speaking, being able to talk for like an hour. And then I got on TikTok and I'm like, damn, how am I going to fit everything I'm going to say in 3 minutes and have it make sense? And I need to get back on it. But I could lean towards radio influences. Social media influencing, it's all a numbers game with social media. And I mean, I'm trying, but it's like, I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to have my own special flair, but like after a while, all the social media influencers start to look the same. And, I just want to, and it's really a full-time job making content. And it's really hard to be, getting that creative space and then, start making shit. And, I just tried different things out on TikTok. I just tried different things. And then radio influencer, I can definitely see a radio show. I can definitely see that. And I'm 23 years old, and I will be 24 on January 12th, in case anybody want to get me a present of some kind. But
y'all hear her? She said present.
Yeah,
she want a present. Y'all send her money,
or if I want to listen,
cash.
But yeah, I'm a Capricorn, but I'm 23, and nice to see you again on here.
Oh, we throw signs. I'm a Cancer. Yeah. I know y'all like a Capricorn and a Cancer. We met you well. That's my evil twin. Evil twin. Next email. Damn, in all caps. Blue and JayMariee. Hey, I'm so happy that you guys finally did your own podcast. This was long overdue, and I know this podcast is about to go places. JayMariee, I follow you on YouTube. Oh my God, I love it. I'm one of your subscribers. Well, hey, hold up. Okay. What? Oh. I'm giving you your flowers while you are here, girl. YouTube is your thing, and I'm glad you're doing something that sounds like it's making you happy. Oh, thank you. I have a question for JayMariee and one for Blue. JayMariee, my question to JayMariee is, will you be adding your friends to your YouTube channel like some bros? I know you're secret about one of them.
Oh, that she won't. Never mind. Never mind.
But we gonna keep it quiet. Okay, all right. Well, my next question is to Blue. I was listening to the latest episode of the Dive Deep, and the one I was listening to was "What Is Love." Ooh. My question is, how did you feel after that intense conversation about that email? It seems as though I never got to hear your side of the story, or the snacks. Which now he is gone, I really don't want to hear it. I want to hear how you felt about what he said. I was cursing out loud when he said, "Give it to God," to a pregnant woman. She put pregnant in all caps. Yeah. That's not right. That episode made me dislike him so much. But I just want to hear you, though, on that. Hope this wasn't so long. Okay. So to answer my question, because mine is simple. Yes, I will be adding my friends on my YouTube channel. You're gonna have to give me a moment though, because I'm trying to get everything together. I don't want to be like some bros, because some bros have their own thing going on, and you know a lot to say you be on my YouTube channel. So sis, what's really tea with you? We're not trying to be like some bros. I'm not trying to be like some bros, or who you think you talking about. But I definitely want to bring my friends to my YouTube channel, because damn near all three of them game. Not even damn near, all three of them game. They like gaming. They like the aspect of anime. They love all of that. So I was like, hell yeah. I'm bringing the geek gang to YouTube. Fuck you.
She's trying to bring me to YouTube, but I don't know what my YouTube name would be. And
hashtag Blue go to YouTube. God damn it.
How did I feel after that intense conversation about that email? It seems as though I never got to hear your side of the story or the snack, which now is gone. I want you to want to hear about how I felt about what he said. Well, I honestly felt no type of way after finishing that episode. It really don't take anything for me to disagree with somebody, because I know I have different perspectives and different opinions. But this, I don't think that's a matter of fact or opinion. I think it's a matter of like, this is wrong to tell this woman that, I had just went about my day. I went home, got my bed, probably watched some anime, got my, went to sleep, The only thing I was worried about was offending our LGBT listeners with my verbiage, because I try so hard not to say anything from a place of ignorance or anything like that. Because I just felt like when I said, before I started talking, I said, well, it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, everybody's got to be, responsible about their sexual health. And I just felt as though, cheating, I said she's cheating with men on, and they were like, that's the same as a straight relationship. I was like, well, yeah, but that's not what we're talking about right now, and I really just hoped I didn't offend anybody with how I was speaking. But I just want to say, I just feel pregnancy is the most vulnerable time in a woman's life, like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Being pregnant doesn't just mean, oh, she's gonna push out the baby in 9 months and that's it. It's so much more. It is literally a life-changing event, and you need so much support in all forms. And I've never been pregnant, but I know the gravity and the meaning of bringing a new life in the world. And I'm so empathetic to others. I really felt her pain as I was reading that email, and I was so upset for her. I just had a Twilight Zone moment when the snack said, give it to God. Like, what the fuck, is everybody talking about, trying to step up for this man, trying to defend this man? I mean, he had me in the first half focusing on the baby and getting her healthy, but he really lost me. I give it to God. But my mind races so fast, but at that moment, I felt like nobody was going to challenge him. So, so immediately I jumped the chance. I was like, no. And I choose my words really carefully to not disrespect any of our listeners, but I just feel like the snack tried to make it seem like I was just disgusted with the fact that he was cheating with men, as if it would have been okay if it was a woman. And like I said before making my point, it's wrong with men or women, but this situation involves a bisexual man. So we will talk about a bisexual man who is cheating on his wife. Everyone got to be honest with their partner or their partners. Everyone should be responsible with their sexual health. And I just wasn't here for the excuses. Oh, it comes with marriage. Oh, there's going to be bumps in the podcast, so there's going to be bumps with marriage. And number one, that episode that we had that bump on, that wasn't me or JayMariee's bump. But we're not going to talk about that. But why would anybody, number two, why would anybody go into marriage expecting to get cheated on? To me, a bump in the road in marriage, something like sickness, financial issues, and disagreements. It's like you two against the issue. That's a bump. This man created the bump and saying, don't punish the relationship. He punished his own relationship as soon as the moment he downloaded and messaged that first man on Grindr. Like, the word of the episode was communicate. They talking so much about communication. Oh, communication. But this man didn't communicate his desires to his wife, and he should be held accountable for that. I can't in good conscience go and tell a woman to go back and be the one to fix it when she wasn't the one to break it. I don't care what his mental stability was. What about her mental stability? Control your sexual urges. That's all it narrows down to. But I don't care about his side of the story. Like they said, I don't care if she didn't see the signs, because unless you open your mouth and say, I have an interest in men, I don't care about signs. I'm not going to put it back on her for quote unquote not seeing the signs, you know. And I don't care if he didn't want the baby. At this moment, this is all speculation to try to, like put some things, into perspective for him. But, until an email comes through saying otherwise, that he did say this and that, and, he did communicate this and that, I really don't care. Because he should have opened his mouth as a man, unless he walked up to his wife and said, I'm bi-curious. I am going to have sex with a man. He cannot be redeemed unless she sees fit to do that. Mm-hmm. But according to the email, he didn't say nothing. He didn't give no signs. He didn't do nothing. Their marriage was so strong until the baby, And that's just what it boils down to. Like, be a man. Open your fucking mouth. Oh my God.
It's okay. Go on, sis.
If y'all noticed, I got quiet towards the end of that email. And I was just done because I knew they wouldn't get my point. But I was just glad I spoke for the woman. And I hope the listeners knew what I was trying to say. And I just didn't agree with using God as an excuse to pardon somebody. Because what if, instead of just giving your relationship to God and taking it as a challenge in your marriage, what if it's just God showing you who this person really is? Because I feel like God would love me more than that, If anything, this man got down on one knee, assuming he proposed, and went before God to make a union with this woman, only to not honor her in the way she should have been. Like I said, it don't take anything for me to disagree with somebody. I'm always having a different opinion from everybody else. But as I was speaking, the snack looked at me in the kind of like, why don't you agree with me kind of way, And that's the point of a panel, to offer different perspectives. And I couldn't let it go without saying my piece, And if that's the case, if we are all supposed to have one opinion, it might as well just be one person talking in this hole, But, that's the point of a panel. We all bring our own different flavor. Everybody loves a snack. Everybody loves a K-baby. Everybody might love a JayMariee. Might love a Blue, And it got back to me after that episode that I was apparently in my feelings, or I had an attitude of some kind, about this situation. It's not personal to me, but I was speaking on behalf of this woman who trusted us with her story, and I got passionate about it because she trusted us, and she didn't have to email us, And I knew I wasn't saying anything wrong and I stood on that because I spoke from a place of right and wrong. And let me take a drink of water. JayMariee, would you like to chime in?
With that email, as far as the whole situation with that, I mean, I disagreed, period, because I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna tell no pregnant woman to give it to God. Like, it's a lot of things we give to God, but something like that, I'm sorry. I'm not about to. You basically tell me what I have going on, I gotta give it to God. I emailed y'all to give me advice. I mean, I can ask God for everything, but I'm asking y'all too. With the help of y'all and God, probably I could get somewhere, but you instantly tell me give it to God? Right. I have a whole fetus in my damn stomach. Right. Well, what am I just can't give whatever old dude give me to God. Right. I gotta go get that checked. And what if he actually would have gave her something?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it would have not only affect her, it would affect the baby.
Exactly.
Give it to God then? No. I'm sorry. I disagreed with that 1,000%.
And like the thing is, the email, she didn't ask for advice. She asked, how did you get over cheating? And if you've ever forgiven someone for cheating. And she just said, I don't know how I could ever forgive him. And then he went into advice mode. Oh, you should do this. Give it to God. Don't leave him. Da, 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 da. And that's just where I was like, hold on. But I just want to say, most of the panel on the What is Love episode of Dive Deep was talking about forgiving cheating if they love them enough. And I just feel like that's not the message I want to bring to the young, impressionable people out here, And of course, it's your choice and the lady's choice as well. And I support whatever she chooses to do with this situation. But that's just not the message I'll put out. Because, what does it say to another listener who doesn't email and might be going through something similar? Right. Well, my favorite podcast said give it to God, so I'm going to give it to God. And, with a platform like this, our words matter. And it was just an irresponsible thing to say. And my great-grandparents, they were happily married and in love for 65 years. and I was blessed enough to grow up around them and really know them. My great-grandpa took care of my great-granny and 7 children without complaint. And even when my granny couldn't walk no more, sun up to sundown, he was by her side. And when she died, he died shortly after. R.I.P. Marion Cecil Tevis. Oh my God. And you think I'm supposed to accept a nigga who can't be honest or open his mouth and take back someone who did me so grimy in the name of a love connection when he didn't even honor hers on ours on his end? You got me fucked up. But that's just my perspective. I don't have anything against the snack. It's just gonna have to be an agree to disagree thing. But I'll still talk my shit and feel no way about it.
That part. I mean, it is what it is. Again, we're not. Y'all answer the questions, so we're answering them in the most honest way possible. There's nobody bashing. I'm gonna keep saying that because I don't want nobody saying that this podcast is to bash anybody. I mean, it's the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Y'all want a real spill, and I gave
y'all want a real spill, and we giving y'all that. So next email we got, is it my turn to read?
Let me see. Hey, new podcast. Yo, I'm so excited you guys have branched out into doing a podcast with just you two guys. Can I say this and hopefully no one gets offended? Not you guys, but the listeners. Okay, you guys are better off as a duo than a trio, in all caps.
That's in all caps.
I personally didn't never like the snack. I expressed that in an email before. Not to bash him, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, right? You guys are better off without him anyways. He barely said a word. But anywho, I want to know more about the two of you. I barely know Blue, but I did express last podcast she was my favorite. And JayMariee, you're finally growing on me. This pair gives me B. Simone and Megan Brooks.
Wow.
Their podcast, No For Sure podcast, that podcast is really good. And if you guys are not listening to it, I think you should. I feel like this podcast would definitely evolve into something like that podcast or Black Girl podcast. So sad that they split. But I want to know what made you two become friends. And also, what can we expect with this podcast? And one more question. How do you deal with a bitter friend? Love you guys. Love you too.
Love you too, Bugs. All right, so the first question you said, what made us become friends? We're not friends, we're best friends. What made us become that? Okay, this is my story and I'm about to stick to it.
Okay.
Tune introduced us, but the way he introduced us was he made me feel as though that Blue was never going to like me. I was this hood rat, hood meister. And if y'all know me personally, I am the most quietest thing that God put on this earth. Like, if I'm around my friends, I am the life of the party. I'm gonna get you hype. But if I don't know you, or if I'm just to myself, I'm really quiet. I like reading books. I love watching anime. I love playing video games. I'm not the type of person to just be outside like, yeah, I'm right there. I'm not like that. Oh my God, I'm the opposite of that. I don't. I'm not getting on nobody who is like that, because if you ratchet bitch, I love it. I love me a good ratchet bitch. Like, but I'm not that. I'm very conservative. I'm quiet until you fuck with me. But he made it seem like she wasn't gonna like me. He used to always talk about my skin complexion. Like, I'm sorry y'all, bad cough still. But he was
But by skin complexion, do you mean like blemishes or like your skin color?
Oh, my skin color. He basically was saying like, I guess like she wasn't gonna like me because I'm a dark skin, and he said that dark skins are loud. No, the fuck, not all of us. I mean, I don't know what dark skins you have came across, but no, negative, my love. But he because of my skin complexion, he just off the rip said, oh, she not gonna like you because you're this, you're that, you're dark skinned, you're loud, you're this. No, I'm not. So that's a negative. But when I met Blue, we really didn't have, like, when I first met Blue, she was quiet. Blue is quiet until you personally meet her, or if you get on her bad side. Blue will set you the fuck out. Blue will set you straight, and she will not give a fuck how you felt, how you interpret it, and she will fight you. I mean, point blank, period. It is what it is. When I first met her, I mean, we didn't have a full conversation. It was just like, hey, how you doing? And she kind of sat over there with, I was about to say his name. Fuck. she kind of sat over there with Toon, and I mean, he was blabbing at the motherfucking mouth like a blabbling monkey, and I'm just sitting at my desk minding my little black business, and that was that. But he kind of started introducing me to her a little bit more, and I was like, I used to always tell him, give me Blue number. I said, I feel like me and Blue would click very good. Nah, y'all ain't gonna click. I'm like, nah, give me Blue number. He did not give me Blue number, and I think I either got it off his phone or I got it from Blue. I don't remember how I got her number, but when I got it, we started getting closer. But it's like, bitch, I don't know you from a can of paint. But not from my perspective. It's like from Baby Blue perspective. Like, bitch, I don't know you, but I mean, okay, you know, we get to know each other, and it's just like from there, we've been close ever since. Literally, she has been there for me in my darkest moments that I've had, and I've been there in her darkest moments, and it's just like,
right.
I couldn't ask again. It's quality over quantity. I met her last year, and me and her clicked and been cool ever since. I done knew a lot of people. I'd have met them in 2012, and I'm not cool with them to this day because, again, if you don't treat me like a fucking friend, the quantity don't matter, bitch. I don't care if I've been knowing you for all my fucking life when we grew up together, bitch. If you don't treat me as such, I can't fuck with you. Versus me meeting Blue, and we've been friends for, we can say shit, we've been friends for a year. Me and her clicked instantly. Like, we locked in. So I don't know. I mean, that's how we became friends. And what to expect for the podcast, y'all? We got so much content coming to this podcast. Y'all just don't know. Like, we about to shock the motherfucking room. When I say we about to shock a lot of people, we about to shock the room. We getting a lot of things together, and then we're gonna be weekly. So y'all, please tune the fuck in, because y'all gonna be in for a treat fucking around with us, for real. But go ahead, Blue.
How do you deal with a bitter friend?
Oh shit, that was the next one. I have had a bitter friend. I ignore them. I mean, there's no point of you being bitter. What the fuck in your life it has make you so fucking bitter to the point where you have to be bitter to other people? I ignore them. But if you keep being that way, you keep bothering me, I gotta leave you the fuck alone. Just please leave me the fuck alone, or I gotta leave you the fuck alone. Point blank, period.
From my perspective, how did me and JayMariee become friends? So I was friends with Toon for a couple years, and Toon started working with JayMariee, awesome, for their organization, and
I almost said that boy name again.
And Toon introduced me to her, and I'm like, okay. So I'm always open to making a new friend. Like, I mean, I just need some time to open up at first, but I'm not against it or anything. And he was like, you know, and then one day he said, Jalen wants to be in the group chat. Is that okay? I was like, yeah, of course. And put us in the group chat. And then we were hanging out one day, and then Toon said something real fucking crazy. And I remember the first fucking text I sent JayMariee, and I said, this person's not real, FYI. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, this person he's talking about is not real. It's not fucking real. It's imaginary. So confusing. And she was like, I know you fucking lying to me. And that's just where it all popped off. And I didn't know that Toon, I just got the feeling that Toon was trying to build like a buffer of like resistance between us. So trying to plant like a little seed, so like we wouldn't get too close, so he could have it all under control. Like, you know, he's trying to have us in a group chat so he could watch what we're saying, and, you know, like try to keep us under control to keep us from getting too close. But I'm like, if you didn't want us to get close, why did you introduce me to her? You know, why did you, you know, have her come with us on outings and stuff like that? So that was just weird to me, because I thought we were building towards like a friend group type of situation. But Toon got really jealous of me and JayMariee's connection, and that's where he started wilding the fuck out, popping the fuck off, and saying things like, oh, she doesn't like loud ghetto people. Oh, she got rid of her last set of friends because they were so loud and ghetto. She doesn't like dark skin loud men. Oh, blackie, 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 nigger, blackie. No, that's nothing of the sort. No, that's not true at all. None of what he told her was true. But so I feel like he was trying to manipulate the situation by like, and if JayMariee was like that, she's like, well, if JayMariee was the type of person to be like, well, fuck you, bitch, I ain't do shit to you, bitch, I'm not talking to your ass, bitch. But instead she was like, well, let me find out why don't she like me and this and this and that. I know where I came from. I came from a predominantly black community, and it's not true that I dislike loud ghetto bitches and da and you know, shit like that. But yes, he's very colorist. Very colorist. But what can we expect from podcasts? A lot of content. Y'all are getting a lot more content. I did the math. On average, like our episodes was like 2.5 hours, 2 hours every other week, and like y'all got maybe like 6 hours of content. From like my new calculations, y'all probably gonna get like 9 hours of content a month. So you know, we're just gonna be talking every week for like an hour and a half maybe. And yeah. Well, how do we deal with a bitter friend? Mm-hmm. I don't. Depends on what you're being bitter about. Like I had a bitter friend and be like, stop. I would just be like, stop talking about this because this is fucking old. Get over it. You know, it gets to a point where you're just like, get the fuck over it, or whatever you're doing. You just gotta be like, hey, stop it. And it just got to a point where like, I don't want you around me. You're like, you're like, your negativity is like infecting me. So like, I need you. I can't fuck with you like that no more.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Next one.
I read that one, or you did?
I read that one.
Okay. So this says my favorite duo. Hey guys, OMG. Oh, hey you guys, OMG. I can't believe it. You guys have your own podcast with just you two. I'm so excited. I only listen to the Dive Deep because of you two. I do have like 2 questions. The first one is, what happened to everyone in the last podcast? I'm so lost because it sounded like things were going good. My next question is, are you guys bringing back the old crew? In caps, they said, please don't. But I just had to ask. I'm not repeating myself, but go back and listen to it. I answered all y'all questions for that episode, for that question of what happened. Will we be bringing them back? No. This is me and Blues, baby, and we not about to let nobody ruin it. Mm-hmm. So to answer your second question, it's a hell no.
You can sleep well tonight.
Yes. And that's I think I answered the question for the both of us. No.
Hello, ladies. Yo, man, it's a blessing that you two keeping this podcast going. Much love to JayMariee and Blu, because y'all was really the voice of the last podcast, to be honest. No offense, but Cuz from Dive Deep wasn't much of help with my situation I had at the time, or anyone else from the episodes I heard. Shit crazy, but I'm glad it's just y'all. But my question is, how are you in a relationship? I want to know both of y'all personality when it comes to being in a relationship. Can't wait for this season.
Okay, so I mean, are you trying to hook me up with somebody? Oh. Okay. I am a clingy individual when I am in a relationship, and a lot of people cannot take that because a lot of people don't understand why some people are clingy. Mm-hmm. I have my personal reasons for being clingy. I'm not gonna bring personal matters into it, but it kind of is a personal matter. But I'll probably speak more on it if we have an episode about relationships or something. But I'm clingy because I don't know. I'm not going to say I've never had that fatherly love, but it's just like, having someone love you unconditionally.
Right.
Having that person that, will be there for you no matter what, and you're fucking them too. Oh, bitch, I gotta cling on to you like a dog on a motherfucking leg. Like, bitch, you can't go. No, I'm not like that, but I'm just clingy. Like, I want to do stuff with my significant other. I want to go places. Like, don't keep me a secret. And I'm sorry, y'all. A lot of times I was married, and it just was like, even though you're married, I was still kept a secret because a lot of people didn't know that my significant other at the time. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that we were married. What? He never posted me, which I'm not big on posting, but at the time, I knew your history. I knew you were a hoe. So please post me on your social media. A lot of people did not know that he was married to me. A lot of people still thought that he was a single Pringle like a motherfucker. A lot of people just thought that shit. it was a lot of confulery bullshit he had going on, and I didn't like being kept a secret. I wanted the people to know, like, if you seen us in public, like, don't walk away from me. Still hold my hand. Like, the little things matter. Like, you will see somebody in public, this motherfucker will walk away from me like we just didn't, we didn't exist. And I'm like, oh, but
that's your wife, nigga.
Exactly. That's your mother. I'm your wife. You my husband. Like, the fuck? But you want to go into the store and, well, it's a fucking thing on Facebook and shit of, like, you know, when the bitch about to buy something for the dude and they hold the dude hold the bitch from the back.
By her waist.
You want to hold me from the back because you want some motherfucking shoes. It don't go like that. So yeah, I am very loyal. I am not a cheater. I do play tit for tat though. So if you feel like you want to cheat on me, please tell me in advance so we can end it. Because if you cheat on me and I find out you cheat on me, I'm going to cheat back. I'm so sorry. It is what it is. I'm gonna play tit for tat. But I'm very goofy. A lot of dudes do come to me and be like, I attract a lot of dudes for me being goofy. I don't be being goofy on purpose. But, I mean, I guess I'm naturally funny, and I don't be thinking I'm naturally funny. I can't be a comedian, bitch, because I'll get up there and the first person to boo me, I'm going to cuss them out and throw the mic at their bitch ass. So, no. But, yeah, that's just me in a relationship.
I would say, me in a relationship, I would say, in the beginning, I'm a very tough shell to crack. But once, you know, we locked in for real, you're not gonna leave me.
You're gonna love me.
You're gonna love me. But it's yeah, you know, once we really locked in, like, you know, and we, like, you fuck with me for real and I fuck with you for real, like, and we're, you know, together, and, like, I know it's, you know, real. I feel like I feel like I'm a great girlfriend. Like, I have my ways about me, and, like, how do I say this?
What you trying to say?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm hard at first, but, like, you know, like, once we locked in for real,
it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap, kind of, sort of, you know. Yeah, like, don't do none of that. We're not posting each other. No, we're gonna post each other. Thanks. You know, there's a difference between, you know, people be like having an excuse like, oh, you know, our relationship not for everybody. Our relationship is private. Like, bitch, he's hiding you. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, it don't mean nothing to just post a picture, be like, hi, we went to here and here, you know, we took this vacation and stuff, and, you know, that's it. That's not putting your business out there. That's just y'all being, you know, showing each other. And what else did you say, JayMariee? I don't remember what I was gonna say.
What did I said I was goofy.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty goofy too.
Man, Blue funny than the bitch. Blue funny. If you gotta get to know Blue. So anybody out there who trying to date Blue, y'all, if y'all get to know her, she gonna have you crying.
Email your pictures. Email your pictures.
But let me tell y'all, she'll rip your ass to shreds too. She will let you know.
I swear to God, like, I've made most of my previous boyfriends cry, and I wasn't even doing shit. I could just say something. I was like, "Are you fucking crying?" Like, but no, I'm not. I'm just like, I'm very big on respect. I'm very big on, you know, treating me with respect that you would a human being, you know, because some of these niggas out here be treating they girls like, oh, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, you know. But yeah, what else about me? I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, I wouldn't say I'm clingy, but, like, you know, I like to have, you know, I like to form secure attachments. Like, I don't want no games or anything like that. I just want a secure attachment. Like, you know, you hear from me and you know, and, like, I don't need to talk all day, every day, because, you know, sometimes absence do make my heart go fonder. But I do love being under my significant other. Like, I love being under your ass. Like, you could be playing the fucking game and, like, I'll be sitting there in your face just staring at your ass. And I'd be pleased. I'd be happy about it. But, yep, I require some effort. I require a lot of effort. I love dates. I love going on date nights. I love taking adventures and shit like that. And then some days we could just lay up on the couch. But, you know, I need spontaneousness. I need adventure. I need romance. I need all the flowers and the candles and shit, But yeah, I think that's it.
Period. Mm-hmm. Y'all, again, I say, Blue will rip your motherfucking head
I'm a material girl as well.
Material girl, and I get it from my man. Bust down,
buzz down these.
You hoes can't stand me. Period. All right, next one. I keep forgetting it. Did I just read?
I just read that one.
Okay, so this one says, "Hey girls, I'm so happy for this new journey that you guys are embarking on. It's such an amazing thing that you guys do, and you guys help so many lives." So, wow. Mm-hmm. You two are the main reason why I kept going.
Oh, my God.
My question to the new podcast is, will there be more talk about mental health? I think it's important to bring more awareness to mental health these days due to the fact that so many young and older generations are committing suicide because of mental health. This podcast, I feel, will really help a lot of us out. But that's my question. I can't wait for you guys to show us this new podcast.
Right. Aww, love you. For sure. Yeah, we're for sure going to talk about it. That's one of the topics coming up.
Yeah. I feel like mental health is a huge aspect in what's going on in society right now.
Right.
And I feel like it does not get talked about enough because in our culture, well, as far as black people, we brush it under the rug a lot.
Right.
And we say, oh, we don't do that. Like, that's something not to worry about. Versus a Caucasian household, they do take the certain procedures to get help, but then sometimes they ignore it because a lot of kids just don't feel comfortable with talking to their parents about it. Y'all can go into details about it, but I ain't gonna do it. But that definitely, mental health is very something.
And a lot of people don't have access to the resources to get their mental health up. Like maybe you need meds or you need therapy. Like therapy is so good, but like so many people can't afford it or don't have access to it. But yeah, that's definitely going to be one of our topics we got coming up, and we're gonna get into everything. This is Vividly Vocal, the podcast for discussions and advice for all walks of life. We bring in vividly vocal, like we're bringing light to the darkness, babe.
Period. All right, y'all got one more email after this one. Go ahead, Blue.
Okay, you guys moved. I've been waiting on the last episode, and you guys have a new one. Hopefully, you guys will still help me. Of course, we will. The last episode said we can ask questions for the Q&A. And so my question is, will there ever be a male host back on this podcast? I'm asking because I'd rather just women. Because it's not a lot of all women podcasts, and the dude wasn't of any use or help on the last podcast. So will you guys be adding a male co-host? And also, what topics are you guys going to be talking about on this new podcast? Can't wait to hear the first episode.
You go ahead and answer this one.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. Will there ever be a male co-host? I mean,
no.
We don't have any plans on that right at this very moment in time. So
not even this moment.
Right? No.
I mean, if we do add somebody, it ain't gonna probably be until 2085.
Like, you really got to have the sauce if we gonna add you.
Yeah. You really got to bring it.
What topics are we gonna be talking about? Well, for right now, we have a bunch of topics lined up since we're doing weekly. We're gonna do like health and wellness, the mind of a cheater, egos, insecurities, narcissistic relationships, being toxic, self-care, be kind to your mind, know yourself, be yourself, social media versus reality, standards in a relationship, aging, growing older, the natural hair movement, what is beauty, the meaning of friendship, accountability, hygiene 101, chakras and balancing benefits, intuition and hygiene 101, and are you nice or kind?
Yeah.
So that's only a little bit.
We got more to come. We gonna see how many seasons we go with it. I mean, how many seasons, or we just might just post and just not even do seasons. I think we should just like post a whole bunch of episodes. I mean, we ain't got to do a season. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We might take a little break at some point so we can recalibrate and get new.
But y'all got to follow us on social media.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Okay, so the last
but not least,
email, it says, "My favorite ladies. Very excited that you girlies are getting the podcast for you two that is well deserved. This podcast is going to do numbers. My question is, what are you two goals in life? What do you guys want to do? What drives you ladies? And also, what made you girlies want to do a podcast together?
Good questions.
God damn, that's to finish it off, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
What is the goal in life? For me, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to put my hand in a whole bunch of cookie jars and see if I can get a cookie at least. Like,
JayMariee is a jack of all trades.
I've been told it. I like to do a lot of things. Definitely want to get into lash technician. I am a gamer. I have a YouTube channel which just now hit 132 subs just all of a sudden. So that's that. I have a podcast with my best friend that she ain't going nowhere. So it is what it is with that. Hold on, before I even continue, y'all, I had showed her a fucking TikTok, and it says when you're 20 and when you're 30 and your best friend is 23 and they were doing that dance, I'm looking for a yellow bone. That's us as fuck. I definitely want to keep my brand going because I do have a brand called Various Shades of Jay. I have put that to the side, but it's gonna come back. I do want to move. I want to get out of Beaumont. Definitely moving next year. So don't be surprised if y'all see JayMariee Blu in Houston on numerous of Houston adventures. I want to get into vlogging. Y'all want to do so much,
right?
Like, I just want to put my hands in everything, and I just want to make a lot of money. I just want to sit down and just be that rich ass auntie,
right,
with my YouTubing husband. Come on, gotta manifest it for the one who thinks you know. I don't say it out loud, but yeah, that's my man. My man is my man. But anyway, that's a delusion that everybody been participating in, and the delusion is gonna come true. But it's a delusion right now. But it says what drives you. What drives me? The fact I don't know. I just do it. I don't know if I really have a drive. Is that weird to say?
No.
I don't know if I have a drive. I just do it. And once I get a drive, then hell yeah, I can tell you. But I don't have a drive right now.
Like your motivation for doing things?
I don't have one right now. I would love to have one, but I just don't. I don't know what motivates me. Maybe it'll come to me when you say something.
Okay.
But, and last but not least, what made you girlies want to do a podcast together? 1, y'all kept asking about it. 2, because we the realest. And 3, because we the realest. All right.
Right.
But go ahead, Blue. Finish it off.
What are my goals in life? Well, growing up, I never really had a goal because everything was decided for me. So when I became, 18, I'm throwing out in the world, got to figure out what I want to do. And I'm 23 now, and I'm still figuring out what I want to do. But my main goal...
Y'all, wait. Y'all, sorry. Oh my God. I almost threw this motherfucking body off.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
I gotta pee now. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Look, what was I saying? Now I'm finding myself, and I would say that, my main goal is just to be happy and be satisfied with the life that I'm living, and I'm doing the best that I can. And like, I've been told that I need to
go ahead.
I need to get into looking into being an entrepreneur. I need to look into being involved in politics in some way. I need to look towards being a writer. I was always a great writer growing up in school, but somebody told me I need to be an author. I think about being an author or a writer or something like that. What do I want to do? I want to try everything. I want to try everything. If y'all ever seen Zootopia, but I'm just doing things right now. Like, I jumped on TikTok and started making TikToks, just putting myself out there, being comfortable with being seen by the world, like, yeah, it was definitely an adjustment for me to get on a podcast and start speaking, especially when I used to never speak as a child. But yeah, I'm trying to, make something pop with TikTok. I I'm making content. Like, you know, I'm just trying new things. And what do I want to do? I just want to chill. I want to live a life of dignity. I want to be comfortable. I just want to, you know, live that black girl luxury lifestyle. I want to get fucked on the yacht. I want to go to Bali. I want to do that.
Wait a fucking minute. God damn it, yes.
I just want to chill.
I love that.
I just want to chill. You know, I just want to live a life I can be proud of and that I can be comfortable in. You know, I just want to, what drives me? I want to live a life that I have a niece and I have a younger sister, and I also have younger brothers. I want them to look at me and be like, that's my auntie, that's my big sister. You know, I just want to live a life that, you know, they can look up to me for. And, you know, the girls who might have a similar background to me, they can look at me and say, she did it, I can do it too, you know. Like what Nikki said, that I'm fighting for the girls that never thought they could win because before it could begin, you told them that it was the end, but I am here to reverse the curse that they live in, you know.
That part.
What made us want to do a podcast together? You know, like JayMariee said, we're the realest, you know, we're the realest, we're the illest, you know. And yeah, the show must go on. Yeah, the show must go on. Like, we can't just because Dive Deep ended, we can't just, you know, oh well, fuck it, you know, we're just going back to, you know, being just regular Ariana and JayMariee, you know. Yeah. So, yeah. That's about it. We got stuff to say. We got to speak for the people.
Sorry, y'all. I kind of interrupted Blue because some shit just happened.
Oh, my gosh. A clown. This whole clownery.
But, y'all, that's going to be it for this episode. Y'all, hold on, because Blue is reading, but I will go ahead and say...
I don't know what the hell. You know what? Never mind. Let's not get into it. I'm going back to my main concern right
That's
now.
Gonna be end of this episode, you guys. I think this podcast is about to do some numbers.
Right.
We're gonna shake them
right. Welcome, new people. We're so glad to have you, and we're so grateful for the other people who decided to, you know, to keep rocking with us. All 17, I think, of y'all that sent emails are gonna keep rocking with us. You know.
Yep. We love y'all. We love y'all to the death of us, and thank y'all so much for supporting this new podcast that is coming. It will be weekly, so make sure y'all tune in every week, so when we give y'all something. Sorry, y'all. Oh my god, I never want to make a random ass noise on here because we had too many last podcast, but that's going to be it. Thank y'all so much. Again, this is JayMariee.
And this is Blue.
And we will see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye. Do you need advice, a place to vent, spill some tea, or just want to chat with JayMariee and Blue? VividlyVocal's advice hotline is open. Email us at askvvpod@gmail.com and we'll read your email on an episode of the show. Ask ASKVVPod, POD, @gmail.com.